Hello. Today I'm going to do just a very quick little video. I only have 4 presents left to be wrapped, but I wanted to show them to you and we will wrap them together. And they're just little things, nothing, actually nothing very exciting at all. The first thing is the new, if you have kids or are familiar with the Wimpy Kid books, you may know that there is a new book out, and it seems like every year around Christmas time they come out with a new one. This is the new one. It's called Double Down, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Double Down, and it's by Jeff Kinney. And it is a hardback book. And my older son has all the Wimpy Kid books, so I got this one for Christmas for him. It's not terribly long, but it has funny illustrations in it that are always kind of neat, and they go along with the story. So I got him that. That's the first thing. And the second thing I got is actually, it's wrapped in a really crinkly plastic, so I do apologize for the crinkling sound of the plastic. And I'm not going to unwrap it because this is the way it came, but this is an Umbreon hoodie. It's a Pokemon character, Umbreon, and it looks like when you put it on, it looks like the Umbreon character. It's blue and black, and the hood has ears like Umbreon does, and there's a tail, actually a blue tail or a black tail with a blue stripe that goes in the back, but it's folded up inside the package, so you can't see it. But this is one thing he specifically asked for, and it came wrapped in this plastic, and I'm just gonna leave it this way. But he has the yellow and black one, and then he wanted the blue and black Umbreon hoodie also. So this is the Umbreon hoodie. Now he is really good at guessing his presents. So this we're gonna put in a separate box to kind of disguise it. So if I just wrapped it like this, he could squeeze it and tell that it was some item of clothing. So we're going to put it in a box. So maybe that will help keep him from figuring out what it is. Or at least make it harder for him to figure it out. So here's the hoodie. Okay, and the next 2 items are similar to each other. These are for my younger son. He really loves remote control cars. So this is one that I got him, and he loves Bugattis. Both of my boys actually they love cars. They all kinds of different vehicles and things. This is a Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Grand Sport, and it's blue and black. Kind of matches the Umbreon hoodie. The picture they have on the back shows you a picture of the red and black one. And so you see it's not terribly big. It's not a great big car, but that's okay. And it comes with this remote right here. And it does take batteries, and I did make sure that I have plenty of batteries on hand. So Christmas morning when we get things like this out, we'll have batteries to put in them, and they'll be ready to play with. So this is the Bugatti Veyron remote control car. And you can see it's in a cardboard box. This part is just a plastic film covering it. It's kind of solid. It's kind of firm. But we're going to place this also inside of another box. I don't think it's really necessary. I don't think he would guess what this was. But I have a box that this will fit in. So we're going to put it in a separate box. And one thing I do around Christmas time is I start to collect smaller boxes. Just different size boxes, just in case I need them to disguise my presents for my kids. Because, like I mentioned earlier in my other video, they are really, really good at guessing their presents. So I have to be careful, or they'll figure out what they are. Okay, so this is the Bugatti Veyron. And I also got him, since he loves supercars, I also got him a Lamborghini remote control car. It's the Lamborghini, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Veneno Veneno. Anyway, that's what it is. It's red with black on it. I thought that was really cool. He mainly requested a remote control limousine, but I looked everywhere online and in every store I could think of, and as far as I know, no one makes a remote control limousine. So, I thought maybe it would help if I got him a couple of other cars that I know he would like. And see, on the back they show you this silver one, which is what it looks like, except this one is red. And it's also not very, very big. It might be a little bit longer than the Bugatti, but it's not super big. But I made sure I have batteries for these, for the remotes. And then you also have to put a battery in the car, so you need remotes for batteries for the remote and the car. So those are my 4 presents. I told you it wasn't much, but I have laid out these pieces on a flat surface to make it a little easier to work. And I have my to from labels. So you see they're silver. They're self-adhesive, which I love. I remember when I was a kid, I don't remember ever seeing these when I was younger, and you had to tape the label onto the packages, but these are just stickers, and they just stick on there, and I love that. So that makes it a lot easier. And of course, I have my scissors to cut the paper. And I have a great big roll of tape, so that should be more than enough. And then I have a bag of different colors of bows. We have purple, silver, green, red, blue, and gold. I've used about half the bag. And off to my side over here, you can't see it, but off to the side I have some boxes to put these items in. We can start with the smallest. We'll start with the book. And I don't think I'm actually going to bother putting this in a box. I'm just going to wrap it. I don't think he even knows this book has come out, so he's not expecting it. I mean, he's going to know when he picks it up that it's a book, and that's okay. So let me get my paper. Okay, I'm going to put my paper where I can reach it easily. So for this book, I have chosen this paper. I'm going to move. I have little strips on here holding the paper down, so that when I have it stored in my wrapping paper container, the paper doesn't come loose and get all messed up. So I'll show you my paper so you can see what it looks like. You can see it has lots of different words on it. I have wonder and jingly, jolly, happy, merry, and just all kinds of things. Joy. We have a wreath on it. So you lay it out. And I really like this paper because it has lines on it, kind of like a big piece of graph paper. So I'm going to put my book in the middle and just kind of eyeball it to see about where I want to cut the paper. And then I don't have to turn it back over because I can see here where I need to cut. It's very convenient. Let's slide that over a little bit. Move the roll out of the way. Okay, so now we have this long strip of paper. So I'm actually going to turn the book over because I want the seam from the paper to be underneath. I don't want it to be on top. I want it to be hidden on the bottom of the present. So now I'm just folding the paper over the present. Now I have all this extra hanging off. We're going to cut that. We're going to move that aside. Okay, so now it's shorter. I'm not going to put any tape on the book itself. I'm going to just kind of tighten up the paper on the book. Make it nice and tight. Now hold it with my finger. I'm going to grab the tape. Put one piece there. And, oops, put it in the wrong spot. One there. And one right there. Okay. Turn it this way. And you see that the paper hangs over the sides. Like that. I'm just going to push it down like this and kind of make a bit of a crease along the edge of the book with my hands. So then you have these two parts that stick out like that. I'm going to kind of pinch them like that. And then fold them down like that. And then I'm pressing them on the surface to flatten that. Then you can fold that up like this. Hold it with my hand. I'm going to tape over here on this side first. And then I'll get the other side over here. And then if you have any puckers, like if it sticks out, you could just add a little bit more. Okay, turn it this way. And we're going to do the same thing. I have a little bit extra paper over here. It looks like I could have cut it a little closer, but that's okay. Once again, just kind of pressing like that. And then you pinch these sides over here. And I'm going to fold them down. Like that. I'm going to go ahead and get my piece of tape. Have it ready. And you'll fold it up again. This one comes up a little higher. There. Well, that's actually pretty good. But yeah, I mean, he's going to know as soon as he picks it up. He's going to know it's a book. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. Alright. We get our label. Anyone will do. And a bow. Which bow should I pick? I think I'll go with the red one. I have had a little bit of trouble with the bows on the packages under the tree. The cats have figured out that if they bite them and pull on them, they can get them off the packages and play with them. So I'm finding bows all over the place. You'd think they would just pull off one bow and be happy with that, but no. They keep going back for more. I don't really care. It's okay. It's just a bow. And I'm going to fill out the label. And there we have it. One lovely little present all ready to go. Okay. Next, let's do the hoodie. I just recently bought a pair of boots for myself, and they came in this box. So you can see the lid is attached to the box right here. So this would be a great box to put a present in. I don't have to tape any flaps down or anything. Now the boxes that I have for the remote control cars, I'm going to have to actually tape them to keep the flaps down on the box. But this one, I won't have to do that because it should just stay like that. Okay, so we're going to open it up. See, it's all empty. I took out all the tissue paper and everything. So I'm going to get this hoodie. I'm going to kind of smush it down in here. There. You will never, ever guess what that is. Okay, so cover it. Just close it up like this. And it's all closed up. Okay, now I'm going to move it out of the way so I can make room for the paper. And I'm going to use this paper. Now this is a longer tube. You can kind of see, I mean, it's really, really long. It's extra long. It's longer than your standard roll of paper. And it's wonderful for larger boxes to use the longer rolls of paper like this. With the shorter rolls, sometimes it's hard to have enough length or width for your present. So these longer rolls come in handy for that. So I'm going to bring the box back. And just like the book, we're going to turn it upside down so that the seam will go on the bottom of the present and it won't show on the top when we're done. Roll out some paper. Oops, that's the end of my roll. I think that'll work. I think that's enough. Oh yeah, that'll work just fine. So, place the box there. Now fold the paper up over the bottom of the box. I think this is going to be about perfect. Now I have to straighten the paper. And I pulled it tight on the box. So kind of make sure you don't have any loose paper. Now, look at the sides. It's overtruding more over here than over here. So I'm gonna kind of slide the box a little bit. Not much. That's better. That's closer to being even on the two sides. Okay. I'm gonna tape it down. That made it nice and smooth right there. So we have the overhang here. We're going to turn the box this way. Makes it a little easier to work, plus you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to pull it a little bit, which helps if it gets kind of puckered or bent down. Pushing it down, we're going to do it just like the book, only on a larger scale. You sort of crease the sides. You see it kind of comes down here. Now you can cut it off. You can cut this extra paper off if you want to. I'm just going to leave it. So you pull it in and you hold it right here. And then you're going to press here to flatten that out, like that. You can see how it looks right there. Now we're going to do the same over here. Pull it in, and you press on the surface. Now we have this piece here. We'll pull that up, and it's going to rest right there. Our tape. kind of pull it up, make sure it's tight. And then I'm going to place the tape there. You can see how that looks. Not terrible. It's not completely even, but I promise you my son does not care. Okay, I'm going to do the same on the other side. Can kind of pull it to straighten it out a little bit and pull down. Just kind of press on it a little. And then you have these sides that you're going to press. Just make a little crease. Right there. And again, fold it in. And you press it on the surface right there. And on the other side. Pull it all the way over to this part of the box. And then you press it again. Go ahead and get my piece of tape. Got on my finger. So you pull it up. Make sure it's nice and tight. And you place your tape. Now we're going to turn it over. You can see how the ends look. Right here's our tape. And it's nice and folded. It's not completely centered in the middle right here. Well, I don't know, that one's not too bad. Sometimes they end up a little bit off center if you have a box that's kind of an odd shape. This one was the one that was off center more so. You can see. But it's still nice and covered. You can't see anything. And I don't think this is going to come undone unless someone messes with it. So it's all nice and wrapped. And looks good. Now I'm going to pick a label. And they're all silver. They're different sizes. Some are pretty small. This is sort of a medium-sized one. I'll just put that up here. And again, like I explained in my last gift wrapping video, I stack a lot of these under the tree. And I don't like to put the labels in the middle because I like to put the bow right above the label. And if you put the label right in the middle, then I end up putting the bow here. I like to keep the bow and the label together. I can't stack anything on top of it if the bow is right here. So I kind of put the bow off to the side, like in the corner. That way I can stack smaller things on top of it. And I do that with all my presents. I put the label and the bow off to the side, just up near a corner like that. So it does make it easier to stack them under the tree. Or I can lay them sideways and sort of stagger them, and that way I can fit more under there. Okay. I think I'm going to go with the gold bow for this one. I like this one. It's kind of a textured bow. It's not, it's shiny, but it's not like a chrome. It has like a brushed finish to it. See? I like that. And then, of course, underneath we have the adhesive part. Right here. I'm going to pull the backing off the adhesive. See? Now it's sticky. And to press it on the box, to keep from smushing the bow flat, I stick my finger under here to where it's directly above the adhesive. I'm just going to roll my finger, and then you can lift up the edges of the bow and press on the adhesive that way too. Okay, now it's ready to be labeled, or have the stuff written on it. Okay, all ready to go. That one's ready for the tree. Sorry, I had to get another roll of wrapping paper. Okay, for this one I have this very festive paper. I'll show you in a minute. The first thing we have to do is prepare the package to be wrapped. So let's start with the Bugatti. one, the box is a little bit shorter, and I actually have a box that this fits in perfectly. This box right here. It's perfect. Check it out. So place the box here. And look. It's absolutely perfect. I don't have to put anything in there at all. So, got it in there, and it doesn't really wobble around or anything. But then you have these flaps that stick up. But that's okay, because we have tape. So I'm just going to take a little piece and put it there. And I'm actually going to only do one side. Well, let me go ahead and do the other side too. Oh my God, I am so sorry. I apologize. Let's move the tape over here. Sorry. There. It's all taped down. So now the lid is going to stay down, but it's not taped so thoroughly that he can't easily pull this open to see what's in the box. He can very easily stick his finger down in there and pull that open. So again, see what I do? I use strips of paper that are left over from wrapping presents, and I just fold them over my rolls of wrapping paper and tape them, and that holds my wrapping paper together so it doesn't come undone in the wrapping paper tote, little plastic container I keep it in. Okay, now this is a standard length roll of paper, I think. I'm gonna roll some out. I think we'll do it this way. So you want to make sure that you have enough paper over here on each side to go up at least halfway up the height. This, so it covers at least half of this, because when you fold it over, this part will cover the top half. Okay. I'll roll it out a little bit, kind of eyeball it here. I think if I cut it right along that line, we'll be okay. You can move it a little bit if you need to. And I'll show you the paper. It's really festive. I like it. See, it's red. It's a lighter red and then a darker red and a checkerboard pattern. And then it says Merry Christmas in all these different fonts in green. And it has Santa on it. It's very thick paper too. I think this is actually Scotch paper made by the people who make Scotch tape. I think this is some of their paper, but I could be wrong about that. I bought some last year, and I think that was some of it that I bought. I bought this other roll of Scotch wrapping paper that was really pretty. I used it all up though. It was so pretty. It was plaid, but it was different shades of purple, and it had a thin yellow strip in it. It was so pretty. It was the prettiest wrapping paper I think I have ever seen. I just wish there had been more of it on the roll because I used it up really fast. Alright. I'm going to fold it over. So I've folded up this way, and it is over more than halfway. It doesn't matter. It's totally fine. Okay. I'll bring this up to cover that. See, we do have extra right here, and we're going to cut that off. We don't need all that extra paper. And see, if I want to, the paper that I'm cutting off right now, I could use to make strips to hold my rolls of wrapping paper together. Oops. I have to bring it over again. And I don't like to put tape directly on any boxes because a lot of times the kids just rip the paper off and I end up with little fragments of tape everywhere, little tape pieces with wrapping paper stuck to them. And I don't like tape on boxes because then you end up with tape and a little bit of wrapping paper on the box, and for some reason that bothers me. I don't know why. Straighten it up a little bit, and you can do that if you realize when you pull your paper up, if you realize that the package inside isn't positioned exactly right, you can grab the corners of the paper and just kind of rock it back and forth like this, so that it's almost like the paper's moving but the box inside is not, and that will help straighten the box. And you can slide the paper like that to get it positioned just right. So now it's nice and straight. There. And that will keep it straight, and then you just put some tape on it. There. Now, of course, again, we have the paper hanging off the sides, which it's supposed to do. So we're going to turn it this way. And again, push it down like that. Make a crease. I've been wrapping presents since I was small. That was one of my jobs at Christmas time. My mom has had arthritis forever, like my whole life. She's had trouble with it, so a lot of times she would have me wrap presents for other people because she had a hard time doing it sometimes. If her arthritis was really bothering her, she had a hard time doing this, so I would do it for her. Think about the only presents I never wrapped were my presents. I wrapped lots of presents for other people. So you bring it up. Did I get it right? It was showing a little bit. Okay, well, if you do have a problem with that, what you can do, and normally I wouldn't worry about it because this box isn't what he's actually getting. So I mean, even if he sees a little piece of the box, I don't really care. But I'll show you what I do. If I cut the paper and realize I cut it too short and it's not going to cover, you can take a little piece of the paper and just cut out a section like this so that you have this little piece of the same kind of paper. Open it back up and you just take it and get a piece of tape ready. And you really only need one piece for this, but what you do, the paper right here on the edge, you put a piece of tape right there, and you take your little square and you can just tape it right there. So when you fold it down, this square is going to cover that open section. Now you fold your little portions back this way. Hopefully this will work. I can't really see what I'm doing. Let me bring that up now. Let's look and see how that looks. See, now that's going to cover that hole. That happens to me a lot if I have I'm doing this blind. I can't see. I do that a lot if I have a piece of paper that's at the very end of the roll and I'm trying to make it work. I don't have quite enough. You can use a little piece of the leftover roll if you just have a little scrap of it. Just take that and tape it in. And no, it's not going to look perfect, but it will cover that spot. Oops. tape on straight. Let me do that again. Hold it up where I can see what I'm doing. There. So yeah, it's not perfect, but I'm probably gonna have to do the same thing on this side. So you fold it down, make a crease, fold it in. This is very thick paper. Fold it up. Yep, see we have a little sliver right there. I'm not going to worry about it though. All you see is a little bitty section of the cardboard box. I think it'll be okay. I'm just going to break my own rule and put some tape right, just kind of pull it down. Tape it. I was able to pull it up far enough to pretty much cover it. There. Now we turn it over, and of course, as we remember, this is the top. There's no seam because when we wrapped it so that the seam is only on the bottom, so it won't show on the top. And now this present, I know I feel for the plastic part. Where's the plastic part? Oh, that's right, I'm not going to feel it because it's inside another box. Okay. My mistake. Okay. So it looks like the writing is going this way. So I'm going to pick out my label. I think I'll go with this one right here. I want to put it over here. I'll put it up here. Off to the side, kind of near the corner. And I need a bow. This time I think I'll go with a green one. All these bows are different. Now see, this is a shinier one. It has more of like a chrome finish to it. And again, we have the adhesive on the back. And you just pull it off and it exposes the adhesive. Stick my finger down inside there where it's just above the adhesive. And I press. That way I'm not flattening out the bow. There. Nice and fluffy. And to label. So now we have this one all set. And we have one more to go. And this one is the Lamborghini. Now I do have a box for this one also. It is a bigger box. My younger son is kind of bummed out because he doesn't have many big boxes under the tree. I told him it doesn't matter. I said you can't tell by the size of it how good of a present it is. But he doesn't believe me, so I got an oversized box here. And we're going to use this box. So now you can see that it has a lot of room left over in here. I have a few of these, the little air-filled plastic things. It's not going to completely do it, but it'll be good enough. So you press it down, and I already had some tape holding it. Let's use a little bit more. Now we're going to need, let's see. You know, I think a standard size roll would work for that. Once again, I'm going to use the paper that we used first, the one that we used for the book. We're going to use that. So we're going to carefully turn the box over since we know that the card does not take up the entire box. And we don't want to jostle it about too much. We're going to turn it slowly over. Okay, I'm going to move this while I'm spread out my paper. very thick paper. I don't know who made this. There's no name on the inside or anything. It has a little crown, and then it says this gift wrap is made with paper from sustainably managed forests, but I don't remember where I bought it or what kind it was. Okay. Now, when you place your package in here to figure out how to cut your paper, you kind of have to eyeball it to figure out where you want to cut it. Sometimes you can save paper. If you look at it and you figure out, okay, this box, I can place it here and cut here. But you have to make sure you have enough paper here and on the other side to fold over and cover the box. And honestly, I don't think I can do that with this one, so I'm going to turn it long ways here. And I do see again that I have enough paper to come up at least halfway. And I believe I do, but I'm going to have to make sure that I have enough paper going this way, over this way, to cover the box. And right now I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to roll it out some more. Okay. So now I'm going to bring the whole roll over. I'll set it right there for a second. I'm going to kind of look at it, figure out where I need to cut. I'll lay it down to cut it. I think this would be easier. Move the roll out of the way. Okay. So here we have our paper. I'm going to bring the box back. Put it here. Bring the paper up and over. I think I'm going to have a lot of overhang, so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to trim it this way also. Slide it down. I'm going to try to get it to where one side is where I want it. Which means I'm going to have a lot of overhang on the side closer to me. That's okay. Now I'm going to lay it back out flat for a minute. And I'm looking, actually right now, I'm looking at the very back to figure out how much I need to cut off this way. Because I think there's actually quite a bit here that I can remove. And that will keep from having so much hanging over the edge when we go to fold up the paper on the edges. Okay, now we're going to fold it up again. Up and over. Make sure it's lined up straight before you tape it. Now once again, I see this is a lot better. I don't have as much hanging over the edges, over the ends anymore. crease it, crease it again, grab the part that you just creased, pull it in facing the box, and then you press it down here to make a nice crease there. Bring this one over. Crease. Bring it up like that. I need my tape. Puckered a bit right there. I don't like it. Not much I can do about it. Okay. So it's got one side. And now for the second. Looks like we have a little more paper on this side hanging over. Crease. Crease. Fold it in. Press down here. Make sure this is nice and tight on the end of the box like that. Bring this one in. Do the same thing. And then you fold up the bottom part. Like that. Try to make sure everything's nice and tight before you tape. There. How's that? Okay, now we're going to slowly turn it back over so it's upright. I'm going to turn it where most of the words are facing you. So there we have. This is the biggest one. So now he will have a bigger present under the tree. Maybe he'll feel better. So we need a label. And we'll put it over here on this little corner. And we need a bow. I want to use a blue bow. Look at this bow. It's very pretty. It's kind of a royal blue, and it has sort of a holographic shine to it. I like that. It's like a little star. So we're going to remove the backing. Let's see. Stick my finger down in there like that. And I'm just going to press it like so. So that's good. Find my pen. Label this. Okay, so that's got this one. And now we have all of our presents all wrapped. See? There. And the fourth one. Presents are ready to go under the tree now. So I think I'm officially done wrapping presents for the year, which makes me very happy. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again sometime.